Hello and welcome to PlayStation Best Friends, episode 90 for the week of February 8th, 2019. We're dropping every Friday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation and gaming news you could possibly need. My name is Anthony Palm, joining me as always, Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Played a lot of shit this past week. Can't wait to talk about it. The other one joining us is the Brooklyn bad boy, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up? How's it going?
How's it going?
So we're just going to address the elephant in the room because it's the hottest thing talking. Everyone's watching, everyone's playing it. Apex Legends is out. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So we're going to talk about what we've been playing other than that quick, and then we will get to that. So you want me to go first?
Yeah, start
Yeah,
off.
go ahead, man.
All right. So I've been playing this game called Wargroove.
Which is?
I haven't played
Seems
Wargroove.
very
but
excited about it.
I'll talk about Wargroove in a minute, but Kingdom Hearts 3. So
Okay.
I beat it. I got the secret ending. Took about 32 hours ish, but I did a lot of the side stuff. Got a lot of the emblems and stuff. So because you need to get at least 60 on normal difficulty to unlock the secret ending, they're just like little Mickey Mouse like emblems that you could find throughout all the worlds, and you have to photograph them. So that took a little bit.
Does that give you any reward or just collectible?
Well, it unlocks the secret ending, and then there's a trophy
yeah.
tied to getting all of them too. But
cool.
this game is very interesting because to someone like me, it was the perfect thing that I could have asked for, and it's very interesting the way that Square Enix designed this game, because majority of the game isn't even really addressing the main overall Kingdom Hearts story. Because it's not a spoiler to say like you go to different Disney worlds, and once you complete all the Disney worlds, then you go to a final location that is a spoiler to people that are fans of the series. But if I told you what world it was, you'd be like, I don't know what the fuck that means. And from there on, it's just like 5 straight hours of just like info dump and like fan service and giving all these diehard Kingdom Hearts fans what they want to see, what they want to know.
It's the world you go to. That's a Kingdom Hearts OG world. That's not a Disney world.
Yeah, no, it's original for Kingdom Hearts.
I was thinking actually, just like the other day, I'm like, is there like ever a Kingdom Hearts world? I'm like, I bet it's all Disney worlds, and then it ends off like.
Well, there's Twilight Town at the beginning is original from Kingdom Hearts 2, and but I think that's it. I think everything else is Disney up until.
What's the first world in Kingdom Hearts 3? Just curious.
The first world is
the one that you open with.
Yeah, it's Olympus. It's like the Hercules.
Oh, cool.
And then you go back to Twilight Town, which is from Kingdom Hearts 2, and then from there you go on to other ones. So, yeah, and it's I see people online talking a little bit about how like, oh, this game is a PS2 game with PS4 graphics. That's what I wanted.
Hearing that.
But it's what I wanted though, and that's fine. And I think the people complaining about it, they're allowed to have their own opinions, but I think that they're missing the point. Is I didn't want to see this game turn into something that the series wasn't, and I'm glad that
it's more.
It's a modernized version of a Kingdom Hearts from the PS2 era instead of.
But it still has better controls though. Like, in what way is it?
The combat feels amazing. It's just like the way that the story kind of progresses, and like the world design, and like the fact that you go to different worlds. I mean, the actual level design is way better than it used to be. In Kingdom Hearts 1, it was literally like little rooms that you would go in between. Even if they were open, it would feel kind of like blocked off rooms. Whereas this game, there's a lot larger areas. It feels a little bit more sandboxy. It's not open world, like kind of sort of, but it's not sandboxy. But yeah, I think all the improvements are amazing. There's so many options for combat. The only criticism I really have is that the game is super, super easy up until the end. The final couple boss fights, they are challenging.
So when you start, you don't have a choice of what to pick, like normal, easy.
You do. I did normal.
Oh, okay.
The normal's too easy. All right.
Yeah, I mean, for you, I would maybe, I don't know, I would maybe just roll with normal anyways.
100% normal.
But for a diehard Kingdom Hearts fan, I kind of wish I just did proud mode out the gate, which is the hard difficulty. The beginner mode.
How many difficulties are there?
3. There's
and
I don't know if there's an unlockable
hard difficulty. It's called proud mode.
That's what it's been called since Kingdom Hearts 1.
That's funny.
Proud mode.
Really?
Cool. Very proud.
It's beginner, normal, and proud. Or I think it's standard. But yeah, so it's it gave me all the answers I wanted, and saying that about a game this convoluted is pretty crazy. And so I'm very satisfied with it. There's, of course, it's not a perfect game. Of course, it's not a perfect game. There's things that I would change if I was able to, but I think all things considered, how long this game was in development and how long we've just been waiting for it, because we've been waiting for it for way longer than it's even been in development. And how much the industry has changed in bad ways as well as good ways. I just can't believe that this is the game that I envisioned it being back when because I bought a PS3 originally for 2 games, Metal Gear Solid 4 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3, of course, never came out on PS3, but that's, I was thinking, back then I didn't think it would take 13 years for this game to come out. So this was the game I envisioned it being back then. And if that's for better or for worse, I think it's great. I think that newcomers to the series, I really don't recommend jumping in. I know, Jeff, I know you're going to play it.
Really?
Don't give a fuck, but I really don't recommend jumping in with this. At least play Kingdom Hearts 2 first, I would say. But yeah, I mean, the combat feels great. The story, I love the story. And the characters, there's a lot of moments that really, really got me. Really made me feel.
I mean, the story doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, come on.
I mean, to me it does, but I know all the lore. I played all the games. I get all the weird interactions between the characters whose names you're not going to remember how to pronounce.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, for me, yes, it makes sense. For someone that is, you're going to be like, why does this guy look like that guy? But then he also sort of.
But hold up. So, are all the questions? I know you said they are all answered, but like, are there any major plot holes where it's like, oh, but why'd Mickey Mouse hang dong for 20 minutes? They didn't explain that.
I mean, there's like side stuff. Like, none of the Final Fantasy characters came back. So, like, there's the Cloud, Sephiroth stuff that never got resolved, which I kind of took as, like, personally, I kind of read that as, like, well, this isn't their story. So their story is Final Fantasy VII. So it was kind of like teasing, like, yeah, there's some, like, loose ends with Cloud and Sephiroth, but it's like, I'll just go play Final Fantasy VII if I want to know what happens with them.
Interesting.
So that's how I interpreted it. And I thought that it was pretty in your face in Kingdom Hearts 2 about it being like, hey, this isn't their story. They're just kind of here, like, to add color to the game. You know what I mean? So there's like that type of stuff.
In the series pre-7, like the Kingdom Hearts, like in the timeline, I guess, take place before 7. Final Fantasy.
No, so it's weird. It's like a weird amalgam of like it, because Kingdom Hearts 2 came out around the time of Advent Children. I don't remember which was first, but it was like around then. So they added like Advent Children, Cloud, like the outfit. And that's their story in Kingdom Hearts 2 kind of sort of ties into the Advent Children story a little bit. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts 1, Cloud's story is totally unrelated to Sephiroth.
It's like,
Sephiroth's in it as like a boss in Olympus Coliseum, but like it's kind of separate. In Kingdom Hearts 2, it was almost like a, hey, if you want to see more of Cloud and Sephiroth, go buy Advent Children. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the vibe I got.
Cross promo.
Stuff like that, like smaller loose ends. There's still a bunch of them, but the major things they pretty much.
So you're telling me pretty much, if you haven't played any of the other ones, don't buy it.
I would recommend at least playing the other ones first, or at least watching a really good synopsis.
Do you say that because 3? Do you think I say that because
it's like jumping into Metal Gear Solid 4 first? Like,
yeah, but I would still say if you're not gonna play the first 3, the gameplay in Metal Gear Solid 4 is fun enough that it's worth not knowing the cutscenes. Are you saying that Kingdom Hearts 3 can't stand by itself?
And no, it does, but people are gonna make fun of like, oh, well, who is this guy? Well, how do you pronounce this guy's name? And why does this guy look exactly like that guy? And it's like,
but if I'm
you're not gonna get as much
under knowing that the story is.
I would recommend playing at least Kingdom Hearts 2 first.
If you want to go in just to play the gameplay wise,
if you want to go in just to play the gameplay, I would recommend playing everything up to the end of the last Disney level and then just not even bothering with the finale stuff. I mean, the final 2 boss fights are amazing gameplay wise. Okay. But I mean, you're not gonna I don't know. It's so lore driven at the end, and like even for me, I was like really struggling to kind of keep up with like, okay, so like Ventus is there and Roxas is over there and Xion is somehow back, but then like it's very it's hard to explain if you don't know like. So you had to play.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
The PS game, you had to play the GBA game, you had to play the PSP game, and those 3 games they actually draw the most callbacks to are the PSP, the DS, and the GBA game.
Interesting.
But for a diehard Kingdom Hearts fan, it lived up to everything I wanted it to be. Not perfect. I'm not by any means saying it's a perfect game. But the gameplay is super fun. If it's easy, but it's really, really fun. There's so many different combos and things you can do with the gameplay that it keeps it from feeling boring. Like, like Devil May Cry and like the old God of War, so it can kind of feel samey after a while. It's like you're just doing the same shit over and over again. This game, it mixes it up all like so frequently with the combat that it never feels boring. Like every fight feels fun. And there's a lot of things like there's a twist in the Toy Story level that kind of draws almost from Titanfall in a way. I don't want to go say any more than that, but it pulls like a Titanfall kind of influence in the Toy Story level. And I was like, this is really interesting. And then like the Pirates level, it pulls a little bit of inspiration from like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And so it's a lot of, not every single level, a lot of the levels do a lot of really cool and interesting things. And just the combat in general is just very fun. And also, thank God, no Atlantica level, because Kingdom Hearts 1, Atlantica, Little Mermaid, it was fine. It was okay. But underwater combat is just always kind of awkward because you're not, you don't have your feet on the ground, so you got to worry about like moving up and down in the water. And then Kingdom Hearts 2, the Little Mermaid stuff, it's kind of rough. It was like musical QTE based, like, I don't know, it was weird. So Arrow's back as a summon in this game.
All right. I'm glad you liked them, man.
I would say highlights, just for anyone that is just going to play for gameplay like you, Jeff. I would say the highlight levels are probably Toy Story, of course.
Obviously. I mean, come on.
I really liked, surprisingly, the Frozen level.
I was going to say, I saw Tim Getty's tweet out. They played the entire Let It Go song. Is that true?
Like, it's like 2 minutes. Like, it's not that big a deal. It's really not that big a deal.
That's great. That's awesome.
It's rendered in game though. It's not like they just took the scene from the movie. They rendered it in the Kingdom Hearts engine.
Is Sora in it, or is it
Sora and Donald Goofy are like, what just happened? So like it is really cool.
Yeah, I love Frozen.
It is a little funny though, because a lot of the stories, some of the Disney worlds, it's new stories. So like Big Hero 6, the San Francisco level is really cool because it is a storyline that takes place after the events of Big Hero 6. So it deals with Hero and Baymax. Spoilers for Big Hero 6 if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. Like Baymax going through like into the other dimension and stuff, and it deals with things like that, and that was really cool, and I loved that storyline.
Okay.
But then there's other levels like Frozen where it's just straight up the movie plot. And like Pirates 2 is like exactly the storyline from Pirates 3. But then like just huge, like massive scenes from the movie are cut out because you have to make it into a smaller, condensed, like playable level. And so like Hans isn't even in the Frozen level until the very end, and he doesn't even have any lines, and he's just a bad guy. And you're like, well, who is this guy if you never saw the movie? So it's like a little weird in some parts like that. But like interestingly enough, I've never seen the movie Tangled, not intentionally, just never got around to it. But I feel like I've watched the movie Tangled now after playing the Tangled level. So.
All right.
Right into facebook.com/ps/groups/PS best friends. If you have any more questions about Kingdom Hearts 3, but otherwise, I think that's going to wrap it up for my thoughts for now. If I think of anything else, maybe next week I'll bring it up, but probably not for now. But I love it. Not a perfect game, but absolutely what I wanted. And the secret ending, oh boy.
Are we looking at another one in 20 years from now?
I don't know if it's a spoiler to say yes or no.
Don't say it then.
I don't know if it's a spoiler to say yes or no.
Nah, don't say it then. That's a maybe. Okay.
They did say this was the end of the Seekers of Darkness storyline, meaning like the Ansem Xehanort stuff. So I don't think it's a spoiler to say there is probably going to be another Kingdom Hearts.
Another 3.2187.
Dude, there's a at the beginning of the game, you do the prologue, and then it says Kingdom Hearts 2.9.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, no, I heard that. That sounded funny. But also, I want to hear
just
about
real quick Wargroove. It's basically straight up Advance Wars, but in a fantasy setting. But not. You would think, oh, that's just Fire Emblem, but it's not, because they're still like kind of nameless units that you don't care if they die. Whereas like I feel like I hated playing Fire Emblem because I would always be nervous if like the named characters died, and I feel like not playing permadeath in Fire Emblem is like the easy way out. So it's like, I don't know. So it feels exactly like I remember Advance Wars playing, but with some cool new unique systems, and I'm really digging it. I really can't wait to get into the custom creator tool. You can make your own levels and make your own campaign with your own cutscenes and dialogue and stuff. It's really, really awesome. So check it out. It's on Switch, Xbox, and PC, I believe. But I'll talk more about that next week.
Okay. You guys want to get into Anthem?
No, hold up.
Oh, it's all right.
It was Thursday, January 31st.
Oh, that's right.
The day Dragon Ball Fighterz Pass 2 comes out. All right, guys, a new fighter pass. This is going to be $25. The first fighter pass, it's going to be on sale, right? It has to be on sale.
It has to be, man.
I give it the whole day, the whole Thursday, not on sale. Friday comes around. Oh, you know what? PSN. Miguel actually reminded me, came with clutch. He's like, oh, the flash sales is Friday on PSN, always on the weekend. Maybe it'll be on sale then. Oh, you know, hold out. Friday comes around. I see Wario post. It's half off on Xbox Live. At this point, I'm fucking giving up. I'm
Switch too to see if it was on sale on Switch, and it was not.
I think there's some Xbox partnership with Bandai Namco. I don't know, because remember it was shown off at their E3.
I think it's like a marketing partnership, but it's not like exclusive or anything.
Yeah, no content, but like pricing and marketing dollars, I think.
And then what happened?
And then I said, you know, hey Bill, is there any place I could get some cheap PSN money? He's like, yeah, Green Man Gaming has it 7% off. I'm like, damn, all right, I'm 7%. I'm dropping it.
What did you save? Like $3?
$5. Actually, no, I think $4.20. I think $4.20. Which is a good amount, $4. Hey,
that's actually not bad.
Then I get an email from PayPal. Spend $15 and get an extra $5. And I'm like, you know what? I'll accept this. I'll accept this as the sale I've been waiting for. So I ended up buying Fighter Pass 1 and 2. Got 10 characters on the spot.
Nice.
They're awesome. I've been playing a shitload of Dragon Ball FighterZ, trying to play a bunch of like either like themed teams. So like two of the characters are base Vegeta and base Goku. And so with both of those, you could have base Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku versus the Vegeta in that order as well. So like,
how many Gokus are they in the game now?
So 3 different versions.
Give me a number.
Goku Black, Gogeta. That's 5.
Jesus, really?
Goku, whatever. Yes, it keeps going, and you're going to include Bardock. But yeah, they're all awesome, all the characters. And now I paid the $60, whatever, with the sale and shit. And 4 more characters are still coming in Fighter Pass 2, so I'm really excited for that. And then Tetris VR, finally played Tetris Effect in VR. Was a little uncomfortable after playing like a 30-minute puzzle game sitting on my chair. So I'm like, hold up, I'm not doing any movement in this. Let me move the camera on my desk right here, and then played while laying down on my bed right behind me. So it was like straight up, just like in VR, headset on, fucking comfortable as shit while all the blocks were blowing up around me. Highly recommend it if you have PSVR in your room. But then yeah, let's get to it. Before you want to just jump into Anthem?
Yeah, let's jump into Anthem. We all we all played the beta. I'm the only one that did the stronghold, so I'm gonna let you guys suck for a bit, and then I'll tie it up together.
Yeah, so just a basic coverage. This is pretty much like the free VIP weekend for like anyone. You don't need to pre-order or get any special edition for this. And you had about 3 missions, story missions.
It was 3. I think it was 4 total.
That's 4.
Could be wrong. Yeah.
And then there's also the free mode, free free play area, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I played on my base PS4 Slim system, and right out the gate, I was shocked.
Yeah, exactly when it starts, that section, for whatever reason, even in my system, I noticed it really quick. It was like around 15 frames. It was bad. Really bad. And then after that, it was fine. It was just that like first like 5 minutes.
I didn't have the same experience as you. I thought it was running pretty. It was running. It felt like 22 to 20, between 22 and 27, and even in live gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm playing PS4 Pro, super sampling off, 1080p boost mode, which is like the best like optimal way to play for.
I read something though on the Pro that you have to make sure, which I don't think you would have this issue because you have your Pro outputting at 1080p, right? Like a system setting.
Yeah. So just to go back 1 second. Just to go back 1 second. Kingdom Hearts 3 runs better on the Pro than the Xbox One X when you have it set to 1080p and super sampling off. It's hilarious. It runs at like nearly locked 60 on PS4 Pro, and it like barely hits 60 on the One X. It's hilarious.
What are you gonna do? But No, yeah, you have your PS4 outputting system-wide 1080p, right? Not 4K.
1080p.
Okay, cool. Because I heard some people might have had the issue
because I know sometimes that causes issues too, and I don't care about the super sampling. Like it's cool that it's there, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but
I'm a 1080p 60 frames guy. I know some people are like, I don't care if it's 30, I want it 4K, and I'm like, by far, I need 60 frames. I would rather 1080p. I would rather 720p 60 than it run like shit. I don't care.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, I'm good with 30, but honestly, what I was playing in Anthem just wasn't 30, and even the tower world or whatever you call it, the outpost, that was.
I don't want to sound like I'm complaining too much, but I did notice the performance wasn't what I expected. That's
yeah, no, yeah. I'm gonna quickly now say the rest of my experience was a little my first session. Then my second session, I'm like, let me try getting over the performance. Let me actually see what this game's got, and I see a lot of potential.
Guns. They're not laser shooting things like Destiny.
They are. What?
They're fucking like machine guns.
They're like alien machine guns. They're like Halo machine guns.
Oh, because it doesn't say M4, it says some.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, that's totally makes you're fucking.
Though no, I mean, I also do have a lot of issues with.
That's a Division callback for anyone that is unaware.
Yeah. The loot in this game is what. It's a looter shooter, but you can't change your fucking gear in a mission. I think that's wild.
I feel like that's gonna change, but okay.
I mean,
I hope that changes. Yeah. I really hope that changes.
But it's such a weird design choice out of the gate. I don't.
So my actual biggest complaint, not even the performance, and I know they're listening, and I hope there's just maybe something I don't know that I can change. But I think that the flying is way too short. Like it overheats way too fast.
Yeah, there's no reason why it should limit your flying.
I don't know why it should be. I understand you don't. I understand you don't want it to be unlimited because you want people to be on the ground and exploring things and stuff. But I wish it was it feels like it needs to be a little longer. And I know again, I know they're listening, and I know it's not the final version.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna stop you guys here because you guys are not informed like I am. So I played the whole thing. I finished the stronghold. The game, like the issue with the flying, you upgrade that.
You do upgrade it?
Yes, you do.
Heard even people online didn't know if you did or not.
Yeah, you do. They said it already. I don't know why people just are taking shit on the game.
Just because that's why I said
EA. It's like my problem with it.
I'm not saying EA with this game. I just
you want me to? No, forget it.
Well, yeah, I expect it to run at a locked 30. That's like a game that has the money from EA. That was the point I was making. But
it's a demo. I'm not.
If the full game runs at 30, fine. If it doesn't run at 30, I was right. That's fine. We'll move on.
All right. So you upgrade that. That's gonna be fine, I think. Gameplay wise, it feels like Mass Effect Andromeda to me, which is a good thing. The flying, there's a mission that you're flying and then you gotta go underwater. When that happened, dude, that shit blew my mind, dude. I don't know why. I just threw the controllers like, oh my god, that's so badass.
Now I'm one of the few people like you that actually did like the gameplay in Mass Effect Andromeda. So I could agree. It's like Mass Effect Andromeda, but then you could jump in the air and fly around.
Yeah. Overall, so people gotta think about it that this is gonna be the first game in a series, most likely, hopefully. So think about Destiny 1. What happened with Destiny 1? It had a solid, it was solidly gameplay wise was solid. The story was okay, and then it just
said in vanilla Destiny. Let's be honest,
it was okay.
It was
whatever.
Bad. It was bad.
I mean, the story missions, I guess. I'm not saying the story. I'm just saying like the missions.
Like the actual playing it.
Yes.
So, okay, so that's how I feel about Halo 4, Halo 5, where Halo 5's missions were fun to play. Just the story was bad.
And I'm saying the same thing for that, and the Division 2, the same thing. The gameplay was good. The story missions were good, and then the end
Division
game,
as well, not Division number 2.
Yes, one before the 1.8 update.
Right.
Everything's fine until the end. The end game, I think it's gonna be the same thing would happen with the Division and Destiny. It's not gonna be there.
Now they say there's a lot of end game, but we won't know. We won't know.
We won't go. It's 3 strongholds, and we already played one. Well, I played one because you guys.
Is that the announcement that was made today? They had an announcement today about the end game. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Yeah, I think it was Kotaku.
I didn't check.
It was like a video feature by them.
Yeah, I saw there was a video
about end game, Mike.
I feel like the game, people need to like relax and think about what happened with the Division and Destiny.
Yeah, the
it's
way
like,
I'm
the
personally
game,
going
like,
about
if
this
you
game,
want to get a complete game, wait 6 months to a year to get it. Like Jeffrey did with Destiny 1
month and get Division 2, which we'll talk
or
about.
that too.
We'll talk
but
about
I'm
that
saying,
a little bit,
like, I want to play Anthem. Like,
yeah,
the way
I'm looking at Anthem is I'm fine with that. I'm fine with playing it at launch, see it for what it is, maybe play it for like a month, and then knowing I'll probably go back to it in 6 months. You know what I mean? That's how I'm kind of looking at it. I don't know what Miguel is just.
What happened? Oh my god! Probably the audio. Audition?
No, the Bulls made a stupid trade.
Oh, good. Fuck. All right. I thought we lost audio there.
I thought you lost your audio too, listeners. Miguel just took his headphones off and got like really upset, and I thought that he got mad at what I said about Anthem, which I didn't think was that abrasive. But
nah,
I'll just cut that
Bulls.
out.
The fucking piss of shit Bulls right now.
I was gonna say my ESPN notification is the Huskies are leading the Lady Pirates 70-25.
Or it doesn't matter. Keep going with your what you were saying.
I'll cut that out. Yeah.
Fine.
But no,
in
the end,
it's fine.
Just leave it. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's part of the show, baby. It's part of the show.
That's why Corey Barlog listens to this podcast.
Oh yeah, he listens every day, man. Every day.
No, yeah, but so Anthem, I think I want it to be great. I just whatever. I mean,
like, people need to get in. It's like
play for a month and then go back to way later. That's
if you get it day one, don't expect to be playing it like.
Yeah, but Miguel, I don't think that's the thing you should be able to say, man. Like, don't buy the game.
Look at the example. Look, what happened with Destiny 2?
I know, but I don't think that's.
Jeff's not saying it. He's saying
like, I know it shouldn't, but it's gonna be a game as a service. Look at all the games that have come out as game as a service. The only hope, and we could talk about it, the Division 2, like all the people that already have played it, and the beta is gonna come out this week. Like the game is complete, and they know what to do.
I mean, wait till you play it.
Supposedly, I don't know.
I'm just saying, but the buzz around,
and this might be the game that is just complete from the beginning. Which I don't know, right? We don't know until the game comes out. But
hey, I hope so, man. I just back to what you're saying. I don't think games as a service should be synonymous with games that come out.
What seems like Division 2 is learning that lesson, though, which we have to see, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Sounds like it really is. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited to jump into that beta. I think might not have enough time to play it this weekend. But we'll have to see.
I'm sure you could get in there and try a couple missions.
Thursday night, yeah. Either way, it's definitely not time to play the Division or Anthem because it is time for the Islander Report.
There'll be some news.
There are 10 items on the list.
Hey, Captain Scout!
First up in a surprise drop, there's a little rumor beforehand, but Respawn released Apex Legends.
Oh, what? There was Titanfall 3, man.
There's no Titanfall.
Why would you need Titanfall 3 when you could just go play this amazing game called Titanfall 2 that you can find a lobby within 20 seconds?
Yeah, Titanfall 2 is still fire. But yeah, Apex Legends by the guys who made Titanfall 1, 2, also working on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and a separate team. They have also announced that there are 2 different teams, but has released Apex Legends, the buzzed up battle royale you can think of.
Read the story. Read the story. Get into the story, baby.
Yeah, no. So the main story here is that during the Q3 earnings call, EA has confirmed that 2.5 million players have tried out Apex Legends in under 24 hours, in the first 24 hours. And according to EA, it reached a peak concurrent of 600,000 players during the first day as well. Those are some big numbers. I assume that's across all platforms, right? That's not just that.
Yes. Huge game, man.
Wow. Respawn is currently working on crossplay for Apex Legends, but is not promising anything at the moment. Lead producer at Respawn, Drew McCoy, told Eurogamer that it, quote, plans to allow players to play with their friends on other platforms in the future. However, McCoy said cross progression and cross purchases will never be a possibility in the game. The inability is due to the way the systems were created early on in the process, which, quote, can't be reconciled after the fact, he said. That really sucks.
It sucks, but I mean,
Because I'd rather cross progression over crossplay.
I would prefer that too, but at least they're saying it right now. They're not waiting 6 months to say that.
I think it's because
they're straight up. They're owning it. They're being like, "Listen, we fucked this up. We didn't know it was gonna be an issue. We're just being honest."
I just personally think it's just because of the service they have, Origins. They did something with it that's probably not capable.
I don't think it would be that, because it would just be between like console wise. You're not dealing with Origin, so
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you are with the Xbox.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm fist pumping because I got my Division 2 beta code.
Nice. I got it earlier, so fuck off.
Yeah, I had to go to the actual website to get it.
I told you.
Talking about Titanfall, though, on a call reporting Q3 financial results for EA, the company said it plans to introduce a quote-unquote premium Titanfall experience, which likely means a traditional non-free-to-play game later this year, and it will be a twist on the franchise. No additional details were revealed. I saw some people kind of saying that this
online, baby,
still not Titanfall 3. That it's like a Titanfall
online. Yep, it's gonna be Titanfall online.
So that's interesting. But yeah, let's just jump into it. We've been playing a bunch of Apex. What do we all think?
Who wants to go first? I'm the biggest Titanfall fan here, so I just have a different perspective.
I mean, we're not too far off.
No, but did you play Titanfall 1?
Yes. I bought the Xbox.
Oh, I know. I forgot you did buy an Xbox. I played the holy fuck out of it. I used to be late to work because I was playing Titanfall 1.
So what are your thoughts of Apex?
I really like it. Up front, before we actually, were able to play, like I was at work, so it was available to download, but I couldn't play it yet. I was hearing, there's no wall running, there's no double jump, there's no Titans, and I was like, well, that's a bummer, but let me try it out. And man, the game makes up for not having that stuff in so many other really unique and cool ways. I'm really liking it. I so far prefer it to Blackout, called Black Ops 4 Blackout. By far, so far. I mean, I need to play it more, and who knows if stuff will start to bother me more. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. Miguel and I, with Tay, my wife, we have 2 wins so far. This is, I think, we got it on the 2nd day of availability. We're recording on the 3rd day since launch, so we'll probably get a couple more wins tonight. But I really like the different classes or characters or whatever you want to call them.
It's a nice twist to Battle Royale.
It's a really cool twist, because even in Realm Royale, there's just like the different classes, but they really don't, like, it affects it, but in like a not like in a different way. You know what I mean?
So for people who haven't had a chance to jump into Apex Legends yet, for the classes and the champions, essentially, I think literally playing Fortnite or playing PUBG with an Overwatch character. They have a timed L1R1 super. They have a timed L1, which is like an ability, all unique. You can't pick those up. You can't drop those. You can't lose those. And then they have, everyone has a unique passive ability as well. And there's 6 of those, and then you could buy or earn through in-game credits 2 more.
Yeah, which it seems like it's going to take a while to unlock them in game, but I think they're about $7.50 each. If you were to
I told you guys yesterday. So after the first day that we played, I'm probably going to buy them. I'm probably going to buy them after we're done here. It's a free game. I want to play as them. That's probably the only thing that I'm going to buy. It's the characters.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would.
For the next one that we get,
trying to unlock the skins on your own instead of buying it. You know what I mean? It makes it feel more rewarding.
I'm enjoying the game.
It's rewarding. Getting every time you level up, you get a crate. So it's not randomized like when you get it. It's just every time you level up, you get a crate. Cracking those crates, it always feels cool.
They give you the crates percentages.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of the rarity and the percentage of where you get something, which is amazing.
This is the most non-EA game from EA.
I know, it doesn't even feel like an EA game. It's crazy. I have 2 things I want to say quick. You go first, and then there's 2 things I want to say.
It's just something about all this, like the EA stuff. There's reports. Jason, I think, said it too on one of the tweets that
Jason Schreier.
Yes.
You should know who Jason Schreier is, but in case you don't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, go check him out. He's pretty good. He's
I doubt you know who we are and don't know who Jason Schreier is. Who knows?
That Respawn had total control of the game. Like, they have total control of their games. So pretty much they're the ones that said, we do not want any promotion for the game until the game comes out. Like, that takes balls from Respawn. Like, there's rumors that they're the ones that decided to put the Titanfall 2 where it launched, which is mind blowing. Is it just me, or you guys think that?
So yeah, so
did they buy them with that restriction? I guess.
I think that it shows how much pull and how much authority Vince Zampella has. That he was able to make this game and then just drop it. And like, there's no marketing. There was some leaks leading up, like, a couple days later.
The week before, I guess they invited a bunch of streamers and the media.
But that's what I'm saying.
And it came from there.
It was only a week before. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, it came from EA. Someone from EA, not from the streamers, which is fucking just. Oh my god. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, is like the fact that it was only a week ahead of time. Like, this game has to have been in development for a while, and so I think it just shows how much. Kind of.
Is it fate, or is it just like you said, the pull that they have?
I think it's both. I think it's the fact that Vince Zampella has proven himself, and he's earned that goodwill with EA. I'm assuming, because it takes a lot of balls to not even like just straight up stealth drop your free to play game. That is straight up taking.
It worked. He gave a bunch of good reasons why. It makes so much more sense. He's like, you're fighting an uphill battle. If you announce a battle royale game that's not coming out, that didn't come out like when you announced it, you're fighting an uphill battle.
The Housemarque battle royale game, that's like, we keep forgetting about it.
Because now for way longer time, you have to constantly be proving why you're worth people's time without them playing it. Now, play it. Here's why worth your time. A great move all around.
A couple things before we move on from here.
Why I have a couple.
The game. Okay, we could keep talking. It's all good, man. It's a good show. It's a good show. First, this is the first battle royale that has come out, and it's complete in my opinion.
That's one of the things I was going to say. It's the first one that came out. We don't feel like content's missing from it,
and it innovates the genre.
The ping system is so good.
Exactly,
the ping system, it's so good,
and the way they structure the game. Like we saw it was just squad of threes, and we're like, oh, there's no solos. What the fuck? And a lot of people thought about that, but it's necessary.
Playing it, you understand
as a team.
I like that they had the balls to say, "This is our game. Play it this way." Instead of, you know what I mean? Like, we're like, up front, we're like, that's weird. There's no solos, so there's no duos or squads.
And the more you play, the more you strategize which characters you want to pick, which ones are gonna work for the style that you play, which is another different type of meta than if you're playing just solo, just trying to cap or whatever, however you play. And the communication that it requires to do good in the game and win, it's something special when you pull it off.
Yeah, like the win that you can go see on our YouTube channel, where
the second one was a little bit better, but
the second one was better, but we didn't get it on stream. Yeah. But the first win, you can actually see I go down, my wife picks me up, I turn a corner and blast the guy in the face for the win, and it was fucking awesome. So go check that video out. But yeah, I just love the fact that they had the balls to say, this is our game, and it's different in some ways, it's similar in others, but this is it, and we hope you like it. And it's so cool the way it innovates. It is similar in ways to Blackout, of course. But it just feels so cool. And the other thing I want to say before we move on is this is the first game that feels like I'm playing the Hunger Games.
Because yes,
the announcer in it and the banners showing like the kill leaders and the champions, and it's just so, it feels so different from like just an emotional standpoint. Like you feel invested, you feel invested in playing it. You feel like you are, okay, I'm in this tournament right now. Whereas like in PUBG, you're just like, I'm just some random schmo that was dropped off of shitty plane on some random island. In this game, you feel like you have a purpose. You feel like you're trying to win to be the champion. You feel like, you know what I mean? Like every time a new kill leader is promoted, your character goes, oh, a new kill leader, watch out. And like it's just, there's so many little things about it that like it's making stories within the game, and it's just so cool. It's so very interesting.
The other thing is that I keep saying for like Blackout, like the uniforms that you could buy, they're kind of pointless in that game, in my opinion. In this game, I'm not gonna buy anything, but if I unlock it, something cool or whatever, you got a way to win and get the what's it called again? When you get in the banners, you just said it. That you took a picture.
Like when you're the kill leader or the champions or whatever.
Yeah, the champions.
So it highlights you on these giant
highlights
like like
so you
LED
could like
banners,
pimp out your costume or something.
and you can
cool
make
on
your
it.
own character look badass for other people to see.
Exactly, man.
Highlight you
like,
when you do good.
That's a good idea, and
that's a great point.
And that's a great time where face paints would be worth buying.
Exactly, bro. For fucking like $5 in fucking Call of Duty. Like
it is
in that game,
expensive
it
to
makes
buy stuff
no
in Apex Legends, but again,
it's free. It's around
$20 when it's a free game and it's $20 to buy stuff versus
around the same price as Fortnite.
$20 to buy stuff. So
same price as Fortnite.
Same as Fortnite. Jeff, how do you feel about it? I feel like Miguel and I talked about it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I wish it would have more characters. They said not characters, players.
So
they said they're gonna try hitting 100.
Right?
Yeah, so
they already have 4 roam maps. They already have 4.
Do they say when they're trying to hit 100?
It feels like they have a plan for the game. That's awesome.
Each drop of those, so it's gonna be 3 months. Each season, I think I think it's season. Each season, which is 3 months, there's gonna be a character at the beginning that you could unlock or buy.
I didn't mean character.
So they already have 4.
He meant player
count.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Which they said that
I think it makes sense, dude, because the map's kind of small.
Yeah,
I think they said they're adding maps, so maybe on a new map it'll go up to 4 player squads.
Yeah, that could be also. I love the revive system, the respawn system. Very smart how they worked that into Battle Royale. Really
picking up the banners to revive people. I revived Miguel in the storm yesterday. It was so like tense. It was awesome.
How about when we revived, when Timmy revived me, when he used Wraith's portal, portaled in the circle from like where we were outside the circle because like the circle's closing in, and then like went in, revived me, and then we went in. It was just a wild move.
That's yeah. See, like there's so many cool things that can't physically happen in other Battle Royale games.
The quality of life things always been a big point of concern for me in games. Are amazing here.
Inventory is amazing.
Yeah, you could swap 2 guns.
When you swap a gun for a gun on the ground, it swaps the attachments to the new gun.
You don't have to detach them or anything like that. It tells you all the shit you don't need that's taking space, like, oh, this attachment doesn't apply to any of your guns.
Or if you have a gun equipped, but the attachment on the ground can equip to your secondary gun, it just automatically equips it to your secondary.
Yep. The jump master system is great. Teams jump together. So one of the 3 squad members are chosen as the jump master at the beginning of the game. He pretty much directs where the squad's going to land. So the 2 guys could either
you can go separate if you want, but it's perfect for people that are always on their phones in the pregame lobby and then they forget to jump.
Tons of cool stuff. Really into this game. My only issue is that, of course, with any new game, you have to learn all the systems and all the things that are going on. I'm still a little like I don't know what any of the guns are and like which ones are good. Essentially,
you didn't play much of the game.
Exactly. No, 100%.
Most of the guns are like
a temporary complaint. And I don't know. It doesn't feel 100% Titanfall. Maybe it's because it's missing the wall running.
And I mean, it's not. Yeah.
No, yeah, it doesn't feel 1-to-1 Titanfall, definitely, but it definitely feels like it was.
People,
it feels like it's in the family.
I feel like people complain at the beginning about it, but it's like, just think about shooting at someone and the guy's just flying around all over the place. Like how much harder it would be. Like how much, like it just doesn't make sense for the game that we're playing, especially when it takes, in some occasions, like 2-3 clips to kill someone. You know. Like, just imagine that, plus the flying around and trying to keep up.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, now that I've played it, I'm okay with no jump jets and wall running.
But other than that, positive on this game. I still like Blackout. I don't think this is going to take over Blackout
boring,
just yet.
Man. I told you guys
the fact that it's free to play, I think, is going to be the major reason why it would take over Blackout.
The best mode that they have so far for Blackout, it's Ambush. And I played a bunch of that, and it was just because it was snipers and...
Ambush is so bored of. I can't do that.
And I think because you're not good. I am. The regular game is just boring to me.
Continuing on that EA press conference or financial call. EA has announced plans to deliver new entries in both the Need for Speed and Plants vs. Zombies franchises. In a recent press release, COO and CFO Blake Jorgensen said the publisher will deliver new Plants vs. Zombies and Need for Speed titles, although no details on that. And Jorgensen also said EA will grow Apex Legends and related Titanfall experiences and add Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order to our sports titles in the fall. That's crazy. I don't know what they're fucking pulling out of their ass. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is not coming out this fall.
It might be dumb, bro.
Yeah, that's why you had freaking Andrew Renee talking to Vincent Fella.
Dude, just think about what they just did on Monday.
Okay.
Just think about they don't even say anything. They show like a teaser or a trailer on EA on E3, and that's it until the game just comes out. And the game could be fucking great. And it's just a campaign story. No multiplayer.
Star Wars is gonna have episode 9 crossover bullshit. It probably
no.
I don't think so.
Episode 3 and 4.
Yeah, but like maybe some stupid skin. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I would probably see Battlefront tying in more. Just real quick before we move on, while Apex Legends is still on the mind, I just saw a quote from Brendan PlayerUnknown Green, creator of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
He's like, "Fuck."
He waited on it, and he said, "quote Really great job." Quote, and then also adding, "quote Fantastic launch with a great new take on the battle royale game mode," and then little heart like emoji.
That's
with
good.
The thing with the 3.
Has Bonnie Hart said something other than probably fuck?
No, see, I actually.
That'd be cool.
I actually, when I saw the headline, figured he would like it because, like, when Fortnite came out, he even said, like, I don't care about other people doing battle royales. I had a problem with Fortnite because it straight up was like clearly ripping us off. Whereas I feel like this is more similar to Blackout, although I'm sure it's been in development for so long that I doubt it was like, oh fuck, we got to have a Blackout clone. You know what I mean? But, all right, moving on.
PlayStation's top downloads for the month of January are as follows. On the PS4 side of things, we're looking at Kingdom Hearts 3, number 1. Number 2, Resident Evil 2, fitting. Number 3, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Somehow, fucking.
It was $20. That's why.
Oh, really? That's why. Okay.
$20, which is crazy.
But still selling. Like how? Like how?
I don't know who doesn't own it at this point.
Exactly. Who's buying it that didn't like whatever? Black Ops 4 at number 4, also very fitting. Madden NFL 19, PUBG, Red Dead 2, FIFA 19, Minecraft, and Battlefield 5 at number 10.
So just before we move on to the other categories, I just want to weigh in real quick. Interesting. PUBG is number 6. It's interesting that it's selling. It's selling pretty. It seems like it's selling pretty. Moderately, if not well. And I'm curious to see if that stays there in the coming months with. Just the fact that Apex is free to play, but that's encouraging that people are still giving the OG. I know it's not the first one, but you know what I mean. They're giving that a try still, even with all the Fortnites and the Blackouts and all that stuff.
I mean, it seems like it's a lot better than when it launched in Xbox, obviously.
Oh, dude, when it came out in early access on Xbox, it was bad.
Oh, I regretted that purchase. So yeah.
Well, hey, it's the Battle Royale with the most maps, so.
True that.
It's not wrong.
Doesn't mean it's the best, but yeah, true that.
And then shouts out the Japanese games up top. Kingdom Hearts 3 above RE2. RE2 at number 2. That's great. Also,
RE2 had 3 days on the market before it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days on the market before Kingdom Hearts 3. But both came out towards the end of the month. But both amazing games. I mean,
yes,
I've beaten both. So somehow, I don't know how I'm alive right now. But
I mean, technically, you beat both. I mean.
Dude, I'll run through Leon's campaign this weekend and fucking you could stop.
This is surprising.
Did you beat Claire yet?
Yes, I have.
Oh, you did beat Claire. Okay. Did you beat Leon already?
No, not yet.
All right, so what are you talking shit about?
No, you're saying you completed it. So
I mean, it's still technically beating the game.
For the PSVR games, I'm going to read them all out and tell me what game is oddly missing. Listeners, think about it. Beat Saber, Job Simulator, PSVR World, Super Hot VR, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, Farpoint, Rick and Morty Virtual Reality, Arizona Sunshine, Firewall 0 Hour, and Surgeon Simulator.
2 missing. Borderlands 2, Accounting Plus. Or is Accounting Plus not usually up there?
Oh, no. All right. Sure. I mean, Accounting Plus is not really there.
All right, never mind. Borderlands 2, though. I thought, Skyrim?
Astrobot. How did
Skyrim, Borderlands, and Astrobot are all missing? That's crazy. VR Worlds must have been on sale. There was a VR sale.
There was a sale.
So that probably this will be probably more back to status quo next month.
I mean, okay, wait. Astrobot is cheaper if you buy physically than on the thing. It's like $20 physically, and then the store is like, I think the sale was for $30.
Probably the same for Skyrim.
Like it makes just sense to.
I don't get how Arizona Sunshine keeps getting up there
because it's dirt cheap. I'm surprised Dick Wild's not up there for $15.
Nice. For the free-to-play games, Realm Royale has out Fortnite this month. And then the usual Fortnite number 2 and the usual names.
H1Z1's still hanging there. Still hanging in there. That's H1Z1's a totally playable game. I mean, it's not as good as Blackout or Apex, but I mean, it's a free-to-play first-person battle royale if you're looking for a PUBG alternative, and it's totally playable.
That'd be crazy if you're playing H1Z1 over Apex right now.
I'm just saying, like, if you don't want the squad-based stuff.
Yeah. God of War Collection will forever be at the top of the Vita games and Bully at the top of the PS Classics game this month. Next up, a new patent filed by Sony suggests that the next PlayStation could include backwards compatibility for previous PlayStation consoles.
Stop right here.
Hit me.
You don't need to continue. Doesn't it just make sense?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a story, but people made it like, oh my god,
the story does like go on to say like there's a bunch of it gives the patent numbers,
the numbers
is attached to it, and all that stuff. And
it's like it just makes sense, right? I think they said it too that it was gonna have it.
Yeah, and Colin Moriarty on the Sacred Symbols podcast, he's been saying like basically if they didn't do it, they'd be burying their own grave,
exactly,
digging their own grave. So, not surprising. I mean, it is a little surprising because sometimes Sony does do knuckleheaded stuff like that. Like not doing it. True. But hopefully this is true. And I think us three were kind of just assuming it would be there.
I mean, it'd be just idiotic if they don't do it.
Just make PlayStation TV functionality built into the PS4. Dude, why is the PlayStation TV functionality just not built into the PS4? It doesn't make any sense. Yep. It's like it's a box this big with a chip probably this big. Why can't I just play my Vita games on PS4? Let me play my Vita games on PS4. Makes no sense.
That's too hard, bro.
If anything, you can actually play them better because you have the touchpad on the DualShock 4. I mean, you can use DualShock 4 on PS TV, but like, why is it not there? It's probably easier to do than backwards compatibility with PS3. Just put the PS TV functionality on PS4. Whatever. Move on. I'm getting too heated.
Publisher Take-Two shared their fiscal third quarter report, which ended on December 31st. Wednesday morning, growing substantially in net revenue due to the success of Red Dead 2. Red Dead sold 23 million copies. That's an odd opening line, though.
Wild.
Not
on
the retail front, yeah.
A lot of money. I mean, a lot of money.
A
lot of copies.
Speaking about games shipping high quantities, Square Enix reported that Kingdom Hearts 3 has officially shipped 5 million units globally, making it the fastest selling game in the history of the Kingdom Hearts series. This number includes both physical and digital copies.
Mm-hmm. So digital would obviously be sold through, physical is shipped, not sold.
So it probably has sold what, close to like 3.5 maybe?
I'd probably say at least 2.5.
Really? You think
at least probably more, but probably more, but at least.
That's not bad. For a fucking cartoony game for nerds. I mean,
I don't know. I always consider shipped the same as sold in the sense that it's less, the difference between shipped and sold, I feel like, is always like 1 million or something. Like, have you ever heard of stories like game has 5 million extra units on store shelves? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's always like a couple 100,000 or something. I could be wrong. Next up, Epic finally announced or made available the possibility to merge Fortnite accounts. Mm-hmm. You could start doing this right now. I tried it actually, and it didn't work, which is kind of fucked and annoying. I tried. You activate your primary, you link a primary account, then you link a secondary account that you want to essentially be deleted and like absorbed into the primary. And when I tried adding the primary, it said "oops" an error. So I think I'm fucked. But an interesting note is that it takes 2 weeks for all your V-Bucks and items to merge over. What is cool, though, in the menu, it shows you how much time you have left until that transfer is finished or until that merge is finished. But yeah, no more issue with that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to try doing that right now, actually.
Even though I have an issue with it, so it kind of sucks. After that, we have an interesting story that came out earlier this week. Xbox Live may be coming to Switch. In a GDC conference description, Microsoft had this summary listed. Quote, get a first look at the SDK to enable game developers to connect players between iOS, Android, and Switch, in addition to Xbox and any game in the Microsoft Store on Windows PC. So this is pretty much official. I mean, it's like their description for their GGC panel. But to what extent of Xbox Live, we don't really know. The description continues to read and mention specific things like, 1 second, sorry, I just had it. The Xbox Live players are highly engaged and active on Xbox and PC, but now they can take their gaming achievement history, their friends list, their clubs, and more with them to almost every screen. So that kind of lends it to like maybe it's just going to be friends, just like you could check your Xbox stuff, kind of like the iOS app already does. But I don't know. Do you think this is going to expand to games itself? Xbox games on?
I think they're going to end up putting games on it.
I think that it's going to be maybe. I think it's more going to be the service itself than the games.
Like service in what way?
Like Xbox Live as a service, so like you'll be able to see your friends list. You will be able to join party chats and stuff. I don't
That'd be really just stupid. My
opinion. No, you would get more. I mean, you'd get your account in more screens, like they say. But yeah, I don't think it would have it wouldn't really have not such a long-term effect. That's why I'm kind of with you, Miguel, that I think they're going to try getting their games playable on every device ever. They kind of already made that shift with a bunch of their other decisions, the whole play anywhere, how no games are Xbox exclusive anymore, they're Xbox and PC. This is really the next logical step, in my opinion, that one day, hey, like it won't be natively playing on Switch, but you'll have this app and it'll be a PS Now, Xbox Now system where you could stream them and such. We'll have to wait and see if that happens.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a long ways off.
I mean, it's not going to happen with PlayStation, so yeah, it's cool though. Just imagine playing what's that pirate game?
Oh, Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves on the Switch, on the go.
Would be very interesting.
That had an announcement this week also. I like all friends could play for free or something like that. I don't really quite understand it.
I mean, isn't the game free? I guess if you own the.
No, unless you have Game Pass.
Speaking of Game Pass, I really want to play Sea of Thieves, man. I hear people talking about it all the time.
But if you are lucky to get Game Pass to get Sea of Thieves, I think this month, in a couple weeks or days, they're adding Shadow the Tomb Raider. So,
wait,
recent game.
Oh, to the pass. Okay, I thought you were saying like they're adding it to the game. Sea of Thieves. I'm like, wait, what?
That would be wild.
However, yeah, it's been a minute since Shadow the Tomb Raider came out. But if you're looking at what games have recently came out that you could play right now, make sure to check out the weekend playlist.
Oh,
here are the games for the week of February 5th through February 8th. We have not that many games, but good games. First up, Access.
Obviously, Apex Legends. First of all,
Apex Legends, yes.
It's not there. Available now.
Access denied. PS4, PS Vita. Ages of Mages, The Last Keeper. It's a good name. PS4 digital. Away, Journey to the Unexpected. PS4 digital. Crisis VRgade. That's how it's spelled. PSVR digital. Elk Simulator. Nice. PS4 digital. And then the logo has a gun in it. But the picture is of an elk's face. So I think you're just running away from hunters all day. Evoland's Legendary Edition. This is actually a very cool game, which I highly recommend. It's an RPG, a top-down RPG that progresses like art styles and like I guess like tech over generations. So it starts off, it's like an 8-bit game, and then after you beat a level, it goes 16-bit and like slowly progresses up into like, you know, PS1 era. And then
that actually sounds like my kind of game, not gonna lie.
And it's a short game. It's like I think 5 hours. Really cool.
Which one is this again? I'm sorry.
Evoland or Evoland. I never know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, that straight up sounds like my kind of game. You know if it's going to Switch too or no?
No idea. This version could be on Switch for all I know. I just played the original, and it is a really cool game. Highly recommend. Fear of Bugs. I don't think I ever passed the PS1 era graphics though. I think I always stopped for there, but I don't know. Fear of Bugs, The Fear Experience, PSVR digital. I appreciate that this is on the fucking PSVR storefront. So just in case someone needs to scare their friends that is afraid of bugs, this software exists for them. Glass Masquerade, PS4 digital. God Eater 3, PS4 digital retail. Now this is a big series. I know a lot of people really like this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming Yeah, it's not on Vita. God Eater 1 and 2 were on Vita. It's kind of like a Monster Hunter Lite, where it's similar to like Tukiden. Where it's not as deep as Monster Hunter, but it makes that things that make it different from Monster Hunter. So if you're looking for something similar to Monster Hunter, but not quite as like ridiculous, like as far as systems and all that, maybe check this out. I haven't played God Eater 3, but I mean I know it's a pretty solid franchise.
Has a badass name, has an even more badass art style.
God Eater 2 was like called Rage Burst or something. That's like such a badass name.
Remember that something burst?
Such a badass name.
The Mage's Tale, PSVR digital. Melbit's World, PS4 digital. Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game, 2. PS4 digital retail. Pipe Push Paradise, PS4 digital. Pro Fishing Simulator, PS4 digital retail. Rage Room, PSVR. Riot Civil Unrest, PS4. I feel like I heard of this game somewhere. I don't know. Shanky, the Vegan's Nightmare, PS4 digital. Shanky is a joyful meat grinder, and mince is its movement force. Swallow up everything you can and collect meat cola to stay on the move. And remember, there is never enough mince, so keep grinding.
That sounds terrible.
It can't sound worse. It can't sound worse than Spike Volleyball, PS4 digital retail.
Man, they gotta come up with different type of names, dude. Like something creative.
Volleyball.
I just really can't with this Shanky the Vegan's Nightmare though.
It's sorry. Indoor volleyball. 50 men and women teams. 50.
50?
One of the most complex and spectacular team sports played today. You heard it here first, guys.
Wow. Just incredible.
Overlord is on VOD. That's that J.J. Abrams produced like Nazi zombie movie.
Oh, that's something that would intrigue me. I would like to watch that.
It did look pretty cool. I do want to see it. What's his name from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
It's close as you're gonna get to actually zombies from like HUD.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. So
you'll never get your weird, stupid Monty shit, but real zombies.
That you could get. What's next, Anthony? Let's get into some questions.
It's time for CQC, Community Questions Corner, that is. So we have 3 questions. All come from facebook.com/groups/psbestfriends, where you can write in and ask us a question to read out on the show. You can also hit us up on our Twitter, which is @PSBF Podcast. First question comes from Nathan Ulig, and he asks us about Apex Legends. He says, who are your favorite characters to play as Apex so far? I've only played a few rounds and haven't had a chance to experiment with too many players yet. So I have been using... first night we played, I used the Lifeline a lot, and since then, Tay has started playing as Lifeline, so I am using Bangalore, who has the smoke grenade and the ordnance grenade thing that calls down bombs. I think the smoke is really helpful. I do want to mess around with some other classes, but those are the 2 I've been primarily using.
Okay. I've been playing. I started with Bangalore, and I really like her. And yesterday I was playing as like I would the shield, Gilbotron or no, I forget his name. Gibraltar. There we go. He's
also
pretty cool.
A Call of Duty World War II map name.
Yes, and I need to buy it, but I want to play the smoke guy.
Caustic.
Caustic. He looks. Oh, dude. There's just something about him that I like, bro.
Jeff and I played a quick match before we hopped on and actually went against a Caustic. So
really, okay, that's interesting. And Jeffrey,
I've been playing a lot of Bloodhound. But like my second game, I was reading everyone's thing, and his like super is like become the ultimate beastmaster, like ultimate hunt boy or some shit. And I'm like, I am the hunt man. Yeah. So pro tip, if you're using him, his L1. It doesn't tell you if they're hostiles around you. It literally only tells you if they're in front of you. Because I kept hitting it and it's like no hostiles, and I'm like, it was like the last like 10 people, and like I was in a small area. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's some hostiles around me. Where the fuck's like the radius on this? It's literally like if people are like behind the wall in front of you, you could then know. Which I guess is pretty cool.
Okay. And his special is what again? Like
his special is move faster, I think take less damage or something like that. And you could also see people highlighted for like kind of a
it's like
recon.
Like overall VSAT, pretty much, right?
Who?
Like you could see the people behind walls and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like recons from BO4. Who's super same thing.
The VSAT.
Just real quick, sorry to interrupt. I just did the account merge on Fortnite, no issues. If you have saved the world, progression does not transfer. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yeah, it gives you all the warnings, but really it worked perfectly for you.
And save the world in my account that I was getting rid of that was merging into my PS4 account. So that's fine. But if you did make massive progress and save the world, you might want to reconsider how you're rearranging your accounts.
What was your primary PS4?
I made my primary the PS4, but technically speaking, my original Xbox One was the one I had first because that's the one my friend gifted me Save the World on. But then I unlinked it from Xbox and linked it to my fake PS4 account. And so that was a whole issue.
So did you just merge 3 accounts or just 2?
I merged like 6 accounts on one and 1 on the other.
No, but 2 things. Okay.
Yeah, so basically I'm moving the Switch account that I was using previously with all my stuff is now being linked to my PS4. The way really that's how it shook out, and I fucked around with doing stuff in between that, but that's how it shook out. So seems like it worked for me.
We got another Apex question.
Next question comes from Nate Hicks, again on the Facebook group. He says preliminary, I think he means primarily, Apex question. So far from your time with it, could Apex be the next evolution in BR? Also, are there any negatives you have with the game? So I've outlined the things that I
we mentioned the negatives before already.
I don't think there's any glaring negatives. That's the thing. There's some stuff that we hope they tweak and some things that maybe they add, but I don't think there's any glaring negatives so far. I think that the lobbies are kind of glitchy sometimes, where we have to like rejoin or it starts a match without someone or so, like stuff like that. But in game itself, I haven't really had anything to complain about. Obviously, the more I play it, the more I'll notice things. But so far, I don't really have much to complain about.
I feel
maybe the healing I feel like could be a little
faster. You think?
I've gotten so used to like the blackout healing. You could sprint and heal on blackout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've been getting used to that, like because it kept canceling.
I mean, I think you just got to get used to it. I think you can move. You just can't
slowly. Yeah.
And if you got the big pack, you can heal a little bit faster. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah. I like the ultimate accelerants that give you percentage towards your
recharges your super. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like within like one usage. But the next evolution of BR, I mean, it's not really an evolution. It's kind of weird. Like
it's doing its own thing. It's doing its own thing. The next step is being something different, I think. And like I said, it's the first one to make me feel like I'm playing the Hunger Games, which is
awesome. That's what I think. That's what the biggest thing that other BRs haven't done recently, where it's like you know who you're fighting against. Where really Fortnite, PUBG, and Blackout don't even have anything remotely close to that. I guess the pregame lobbies that's the closest thing.
It's cool because it builds a story in the universe. You know what I mean? Like you're playing someone that's entering a tournament to see who the best is out of these 60 players, and it really builds environmental storytelling. You know what I mean? And so that's what I like about it versus like PUBG and Fortnite and all those. It's kind of just like you have your own stories within a match, but it's like this game takes it to that next level.
Yes, I agree.
And then final question comes from Jake Jericho. It's actually a cocktail hour question, interestingly enough. If you're unaware what cocktail hour is, it used to be a separate podcast we used to do on the same channel where we would talk about non-gaming related things, but we really just didn't have time to do it anymore. So we canned it, but occasionally we will take some cocktail hour questions. And this time Jake Jericho says, bit late, but thoughts on the Rumble. He's meaning the Royal Rumble. And he says, Pete Dunne was a highlight for me. And he also asked any predictions or hype levels for WrestleMania. Miguel, how'd you feel about the Rumble? We'll keep it short.
First, too long.
Yes.
Second, the women's battle royal. Royal Rumble was bad at the beginning, and it got better towards the end. The men's the same thing, man. It was really good overall, but it sucked for Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles to follow the first Royal Rumble.
They put them in the cooldown match spot.
Yes,
it was weird. that could have been like the Shane and Miz tag team match spot.
Yeah, a lot of people felt like they just like went. It was like a break match, which
that's what I'm saying. It should have been the tag team match.
It's just overall, it was a good show, man. It was a good show. I liked it. It was just a little bit too long for my liking.
Very solid, but it was very long. I like that they set up the Becky Lynch thing in the pre-show with Lana and Rusev. Like, it was good storytelling because it was like a totally different story that set up the Becky thing. Because like when it happened, like when Lana got knocked off the ring and she grabbed her leg, I was like, that's weird. I was like, why is she selling that so hard?
That's weird. It makes sense later on.
Later on, it came back. I was like, oh, duh. So when Finley was like, fine, go, and then Becky's music hit, it fucking made me so pumped. It was so awesome. I kind of wish the women's rumble went on last because that moment would have been so awesome. I think they could have had the men's rumble first because it's not like anyone that had wrestled earlier went in the rumble, I don't think. So they could have had it first and just had Seth win right out the gate and set the stage. But I think the right people won the rumbles. And clearly since the rumble, we've run into some Becky Lynch weird stuff storytelling wise that I'm not really sure how I feel about, but her winning the rumble was perfect. I thought that the Ronda Sasha match was very good, considering I'm not the biggest Ronda fan. I'm not a Ronda hater, but I'm not a huge Ronda fan in WWE at least. And I thought that match was very good, very, very good. And I actually really, thinking back on it, I'm still pissed that Finn didn't win. But that was a good fucking match, man. It was perfect. It was the perfect length. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too long. You know what I mean? Like the Daniel Bryan and the AJ Styles versus Brock matches, those went on maybe not too long, but they were longer matches. Yeah. This one, it was the perfect length. It was nice and short. It gave the feeling, the story of Finn's like, fuck, I gotta get this guy. I gotta beat him quick. Like the only way I'm gonna beat him is if I beat him quick. And he didn't beat him quick, and then that was, so pissed they didn't win, but whatever. It was still a very, very good match. Overall, solid pay-per-view. And TakeOver, of course. Also,
it's always amazing. So I mean,
amazing. Clearly, the highlight was Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano, and Johnny and Aleister Black both being in the Rumble was awesome. And the fact that Aleister Black eliminated Dean was pretty cool. Seeing Aleister Black and even Johnny too, just against main roster guys was awesome. Who else? Wasn't there one more NXT guy that was in the Rumble? Or am I? There was a lot of NXT women in the women's Rumble, but I thought there was one more NXT guy in the men's.
I think it was just them three. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it, honestly. I'm not gonna
Johnny, Aleister Black, and who was the other one?
Dunn.
Oh, Pete Dunne, NXT UK, yeah. Pete Dunne was awesome too, and like, I still keep thinking about that Pete Dunne Joe Coffey match at NXT UK Takeover Blackpool. Saying that is always so weird. NXT UK Takeover Blackpool. It was such a weird name, but I keep thinking about that match and how it's like a boxing match. It was so good. But yeah, can't wait for WrestleMania. Predictions for WrestleMania. Too early, I think. Too early, I think, to say because everything's always, constantly in motion. The forces.
Miguel, are you just testing out your new ringtones?
No, I put the SIM card on my. Wait for Miguel, Wait for it. My new iPhone.
I don't. What? Are you running iOS on?
Yeah, bro.
No, Apple Music is on Android now.
No, is that? Does the UI just look like it? Explain it. I can't see what the fuck.
Yeah, Android is ripping off Apple now.
Yeah, it's a launcher. It looks. It's pretty much a iOS skin.
Interesting. That's cool. That's cool.
I got a new phone, but it's fucking awesome, dude.
What is it again? So say to the audience.
Blue Beeble 11 Plus.
Yeah. I guess the last thing before we wrap up. Also, I am actually hype for Alita Battle Angel.
Dude, I like really want to see it. It's
the first time I saw the trailer, I'm like, this looks like some weird trash.
The initial trailers from like a year. I feel like these trailers were from
it was years like ago. Definitely when I had like Movie Pass. I feel like I saw
forever ago. Yeah. Those trailers were not good. The newer trailers, solid trailers. I'm very interested. Probably won't see it in the theaters, but Netflix me up with that shit.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that. I'm seeing a lot. I wanted to see it the other day, but because I saw all like press and shit, I'm like, oh, is it out? And then I was like,
no, I don't go to the movies for anything really except for Star Wars anymore. So that's not a dig saying I want to see it on Netflix.
I got to go back to the movies. I need fucking I need a Cinemia account or some bullshit. But yeah, that's gonna do it. We're gonna head off and play some Apex.
Yeah, Jeff, would you like to do the Patreon shout-out section for anyone that backs us on patreon.com/psbestfriends, where you can support the show, keep us fueled up and going?
Shout out to Jake Malore, Nathaniel Hicks, and Timothy Changa Wutan. We love you. I love you.
And also, I am streaming to twitch.tv/psbestfriends. I'm going to be streaming a lot of Apex Legends. We were also streaming some Realm Royale last week, too. So check us out there. We're having a lot of fun playing. And it's fun to see the inner machinations of me, my wife, and Miguel all playing together. And when we win, it's awesome. And when we lose, we yell a lot. So it's fun. Come hang out with us. We're on pretty regularly now, actually, surprisingly. So twitch.tv/PSBestFriends. You can also check us out on Twitter at PSBF Podcast. And you can find us on podcast services around the world. Just type in PlayStation Best Friends or PS Best Friends. Miguel, where can people find you?
People can find me at PlayStation Network, Dark Angel 1010, and at Twitter, Dark Angel 1010_.
And Jeffrey, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, Mr. Brawl96, as well as PSN Brawl96.
Oh. And you can find me at Anthony Palm on Twitter and the only X188 on PSN, Xbox Live, Steam, and the only X1 #1470 on Battle.net playing Hearthstone. But I'm probably just gonna be playing PlayStation, playing Apex Legends. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you all for listening, and we will catch you all next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Nice.
Good stuff. Good